Hi friends, this is Preeti. So in my previous video I have discussed about classification of the drugs, uses and its adverse effects. Okay. Uh, so I have explained in such a way that it will be useful for both medicinal chemistry and pharmacology. As we have read three classification, no need of representation of all the three classifications in the exam. Okay. In medicinal chemistry, if the question is asked on classification, then we have to write the first classification. Okay, directly acting, indirectly acting, mixed acting, and directly is divided into two: phenethanolamines and imidazolines. And again, the phenethanolamines are divided into two classes: catecholamines and non-catecholamines. So we have to write that classification. Whereas in pharmacology, we have to write the third classification. Okay, based on the therapeutic action. Okay, no need of representation of all of the three classifications, but be perfect with all the three classifications. Don't read first, third and leave the second one. Okay, all the three are very important for competitive examinations. Okay, in that exams we get questions directly. They'll ask like, this drug belongs to which class. Okay, and the drug acts on which receptor, alpha 1 or beta 1 or beta 2 or beta 3. Okay, they'll ask directly. So be perfect with the classifications. So now I will explain the structures. First we'll study about the dopamine, norepinephrine, epinephrine, dobutamine, methyl dopamine, isoprenaline. So this drugs consist of catechol ring with ethane and amine groups. Okay, catechol plus ethane plus amine. Okay, these three are common for these six structures. Okay, you can see this is the catechol ring, CH2. This is the ethane and NH2 amine. Catechol plus ethane plus amine. Okay, in the classification also we have seen under phenethanolamines we have two classifications, catechol and non-catechol. So like that. So in all these structures these three are common. So now remember one order: epinephrine, norepinephrine and dopamine. Okay, in epinephrine there is a beta hydroxy group and a N-methyl group. Okay, if we come to norepinephrine, it consists of only beta hydroxy group. If we come to dopamine, there is an absence of beta hydroxy and N-methyl. Okay, remember epinephrine, norepinephrine and then dopamine. And then if we come to dobutamine, first catechol and then ethane and then amine. Till here completed. And in the name itself it is there, bute means butane, means 4 carbons. From amine we have to write 4 carbons. Okay, CH3, CH, CH2 and CH2. So we got 4 carbons. And then we have to write a phenol. That's it. It is a dobutamine. And then if we come to methyl dopa, so this structure you relate it with the dopamine. Okay, methyl dopa is nothing but methyl diorthophenyl acetic acid. So first catechol ring and then ethane, CH2C, NH2. In the name itself it is an acetic acid, diorthophenyl acetic acid. So we have to add one COOH group. And then methyl dopa, methyl. So we also have to add a methyl group. That's it. Methyl dopa is completed. And next isoprenaline, which is also called as proterenol. Okay. So first catechol ring and then ethane group, CH2, ethanol group, and then amine group, and then isopre. Pre means remember like propane. Propane means 3. We should have 3 carbons. So after NH we should get 3 carbons. So CH, CH3, CH3. That's it. Isoprenaline. So we have completed this first class of structures, phenethanolamines. And next, if we come to the other group, which are non-catecholamines, but they have a phenethanol. Okay, phenethanolamine. It means They do not have a catechol ring, but they have ethanol group plus amine group. Okay. So salbutamol. Again but means butane. Butane means after amine group we should get a 4 carbons. CH3, CH3 and CH3. And then ol. Ol means alcohol group. Whereas if Al is there, it is a aldehyde group. So now here all is there. So there is a hydroxy group on the benzene ring and also a methoxy group. Okay. Salbutamol. So this is the structure. Next, terbutaline. Okay. Terbutaline. Again a benzene ring and then ethanol group and amine group. After amine again but is there. But means 4 carbons. CH3, CH3 and CH3. Okay. And it has hydroxy groups at ortho and para positions. Okay. And then bitartarol. It means it has a benzene ring and then ethanol group and then amine group. And then CH3, CH3 and CH3. So all these 3 structures have in common this tertiary carbons. Okay, you can see in salbutamol, terbutaline and bitartarol, they have in common this tertiary carbons. And then here we also have a phenyl acetic acid groups. Bi means 2. So we have 2 groups. And then phenylephrine. Here also we have benzene and then ethanol and amine and then CH3. Okay, remember like this. And next we come to imidazoline class of drugs. We have 4 drugs: xylometazoline, nafazoline, oxymetazoline and clonidine. So in this we have in common the benzene ring and the CH2 group and the imidazoline group. So these 3 are common: benzene plus CH2 plus imidazoline. So in xylometazoline we have a tertiary carbon and 2 methyl groups. If we come to nafazoline, in the name itself we have napha means naphthalene. So we have naphthalene structure here. Naphthalene, CH2 and imidazoline. If we come to oxymetazoline, we again have a tertiary carbon and a benzene with the 2 methyl groups, and here it is their oxy. Oxy means we also have a hydroxy group plus CH2 plus imidazoline. And then if we come to clonidine, we have a benzene with clonidine. Clo means chlorine. 2 chlorine groups plus CH2 plus imidazoline group. Okay. Next class. These are indirectly acting drugs. Hydroxyamphetamine. Okay. Hydroxy means OH group plus amphetamine plus amine group. Okay. First benzene ring and then we have beta hydroxy, alpha methyl and N-methyl. Okay. This is the structure. And then if we come to pseudoephedrine. Okay. We have a benzene ring. Here also we have beta hydroxy, alpha methyl and N-methyl. Okay. As here hydroxy is there, we are adding a hydroxy group to the benzene ring. Whereas in pseudoephedrine, just this is the structure. And here we come to propylhexytrin. Okay. In propylhexytrin, we have a cyclohexane ring. Okay. In the name itself, it is there hex. Hex means cyclohexane. We have a cyclohexane and we have CH2 and alpha methyl group. Okay. Propyl means 3 carbons we should have. This is the propyl and amine and the N-methyl group. Okay, first cyclohexane plus a propyl plus N-methyl. Okay, which is a propylhexytrin. Next we come to ephedrine. Okay, this ephedrine you relate it with this pseudoephedrine. Okay, in ephedrine these 2 are common, but the bonds, the hydroxy and methyl bonds are different. Okay. And then we come to metaraminol. In metaraminol we have hydroxy group plus CH, beta hydroxy plus alpha methyl plus amine group. Okay, in this hydroxyamphetamine, pseudoephedrine, in ephedrine and metaraminol, we have common beta hydroxy, alpha methyl and N methyl. These groups are common. Okay, like this we have to practice the structures. So now we have completed the structures. Please like, share, subscribe and comment the video. Thank you so much for watching my video. We'll meet in our next video.